The first trailer for Warner Brothers animation Watchmen Chapter 1 has been released, and not only that, we've got some Blu-ray cover art, a release date, and a full list of cast items, and a full cast and creative team. So let's take a couple minutes to break down the new trailer, talk about all the new faces associated with Watchmen, and the question of, is this 6 chapters and not 2? Now, before we do that, though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos, and we want to be your place for all the superhero news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you are in the know. Well, the very first trailer for Watchmen Chapter 1 has finally been released, and along with this, we've got the full voice cast for the upcoming Warner Brothers animation R-rated adaptation. Now, this is based on the classic graphic novel by Alan Moore and David Gibbons, and for many is considered one of the best superhero stories of all time. All this information comes via IGN, and not only do we have a new trailer, some of which you're seeing now, but we've also got a release date and some Blu-ray cover art. So let's go ahead and check out those Blu-ray covers. I have to say, both of them are pretty classic and indicative of what I would expect in recent cover arts from DC animation, but they seem a little stepped up, and I definitely like the art in these covers, and I definitely think it's better than the few entries we've gotten the last couple of years. Now, the film will drop on digital on August the 13th, and then be followed up with a 4K and Blu-ray release 2 weeks later on August the 27th. Now, just like the 2009 version of the movie, it looks like it's pretty much the comic come to life, but there are a lot of questions, and since this is a multi-chapter adaptation, I don't know if we're going to get it in this film. The last live-action Watchmen film took a lot of creative liberties with the source material, so I am very, very hopeful this film stays close to the original. Now, as far as the trailer goes, we got a good look at the art style for this movie, and I have to say, it seems like Warner Brothers Animation has got this one pretty well tuned in. The art style seems like a hybrid of what we've recently seen from DC and the original comics art, but turned up a little bit on the darkness side as well as the violence, which you see quite a bit of in the trailer. Now, the trailer itself pretty much highlights the classic story, and if you're familiar with the Watchmen tale, you see lots of pieces of a big event coming together, but most of this does look completely confined to Chapter 1. Now, as far as the cast goes, there's some pretty big names here. The core Watchmen characters will be led by Matthew Rhys, who played Night Owl, along with Katie Sackhoff, who's playing Silk Spectre. Titus Welliver is bringing Rorschach to life. Troy Baker is playing Ozymandias. Michael Cerveris will play Dr. Manhattan. And Rick D. Wasserman is bringing the comedian to life. Now, along with them, we've got some supporting names. Andrea Barbeau, who will play the Sally Jupiter version of Silk Spectre. Corey Burton will play Captain Metropolis, Jeff Combs is going to play Moloch, John Marshall Jones will play Hooded Justice, Spider-Man himself, Yuri Lowenthal, is going to play Wally Weaver, Jeff Pierce will play Night Owl, and Carrie Waldring will play Janny Slater. Now, there were a couple of other fairly big names, though, and these are all in undisclosed roles, and that includes Grey DeLise, Kelly Hu, Max Koch, the Green Lantern himself, Phil Lamar, Dwight Schultz, and Young Justice's Wally West, Jason Zapsik have all been cast in undisclosed roles. Now, speaking of Young Justice, Watchmen Chapter 1 is being produced and directed by Brandon Fietti. If you're a Young Justice fan, you know how involved Brandon was with that whole series. Now, this adaptation is being done by J. Michael Straczynski, with Jim Craig and Cindy Rago set as producers and David Gibbons as a consulting producer. Now, there are some bonus features that I find, well, a little bit interesting. Now, the first bonus feature is called The Art of Adaptation, Introducing the Story, which I think is going to delve into how they brought this particular group of heroes to life. Along with that, we're getting David Gibbons and Watchmen chapters 1 through 6. And that's the special feature that kind of got my attention because I thought we were just getting Watchmen Chapter 1, and although it's been far from confirmed, and I think Warner Brothers has said this is a 2-part adaptation, I have to wonder about those other 4 chapters and whether they've got some plans for these Watchmen characters, or if we really are truly getting a 6-part series to bring the Watchmen to life. Now, like I said, this is coming to digital on August the 13th, with 4K and Blu-ray coming 2 weeks later on the 27th. We're probably going to get another trailer, but more than likely, the people who get to go to Comic-Con this year might get a full-on screening. So we're going to pay close attention to that because details should be coming our way if that happens. Obviously, we're big Watchmen fans here. If you want to get all the updates from the upcoming film, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And until then, what do you guys think? How excited are you about this new adaptation of the classic graphic novel? And who's your favorite cast member? I have to say, I love the idea of Katie Sackhoff playing Silk Spectre. Tell me what you think in the comments below.